What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a main roster star has been demoted to NXT, a Cody Rhodes return update, Triple H is trying to appeal to old school fans, Brock Lesnar drastically changes his look, first in WWE history, a wrestler not returning to WWE, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and a non-wrestling channel, Incredible. But now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at a main roster star demoted to NXT. Our top story today takes a look at the status of WWE star Veer and how it looks like he's been demoted back to NXT. Veer was one of the former WWE chairman Vince McMahon's pet projects, but since McMahon's retirement, he's been lingering in creative limbo with nothing substantial to do on television. It was even reported this month that the new WWE creative regime led by Triple H have no idea what to do with Veer, and that this has been shown by Veer moving back to NXT. During last night's NXT live event in Florida, Veer surfaced a team with his former partner Sanga. Veer and Sanga were previously known as Inducted during their time in NXT, but that was until Veer became a solo act at the orders of McMahon himself. Moving Veer back to NXT seems like the most logical thing to do at this stage. He's received a huge push on WWE television, but fans struggle to connect with him in any way. Hopefully Veer finds success in NXT, and before fans know it, he may be back on Raw or SmackDown. What do you guys make of this story? Is moving Veer back to NXT the smart move, or would you have continued his push on the main roster program? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, a Cody Rhodes update. Ever since Cody Rhodes went down with an injury in June of this year, fans have been wondering just when Rhodes is going to return to WWE. Rhodes would reveal during his interview with TMZ that a return date is yet to be set, but he admits that he does have the strength of an 11-year-old, which seems kinda concerning. The former IC champion stated, "We were back and everything was rolling so fast, and then I tore my pec. It was like the best 3 months of my life. Hopefully get back to that soon. I was told I would have the strength of an 11-year-old, but I was pretty strong at 11. Hopefully soon. You know, they haven't really given me one because they know I'm stupid, and I'd tried to test it. I got in my mind where I want to be, and I think a lot of the fans have in their mind where I'd like to be, and that's hopefully where it's at. Right now, I do actually agree with what's going on because I think that what happens next, hopefully, and what we do, and this is all speculative up in the air. Hopefully it's a run that people remember, and I gotta be healthy for it." Rhodes' injuries sent WWE into turmoil as WWE had huge creative plans for his character. Since Rhodes was placed on the injured list, there's been a huge revamp in WWE creative and management, so hopefully Rhodes is still treated as a top main event level talent upon his return. Rhodes is currently one of the odds-on favourites to win the men's Royal Rumble match this January. This will be a great surprise and a fitting winner for next year's event. Naturally, this also depends on Rhodes' injury status, as the worst thing Rhodes can do is rush back in time for WrestleMania when he isn't fully fit, and this could lead to further injuries. Next up, an update on Elias' WWE Return. It's expected that WWE will be bringing back the Elias character as the Ezekiel gimmick has been scrapped indefinitely. In an update in relation to when Elias will be returning to WWE television, it's expected that he'll be brought back as soon as his beard grows out. This report comes from Dave Meltzer in the latest edition of Wrestling Observer newsletter. At this stage, it's unclear if Elias will be returning as a heel or as a babyface. He was a fantastic villain during his original run with the character, but Elias did also find success in a heroic babyface role. Are you guys excited to see Elias back on television? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE trying to appeal to hardcore fans. A new head of WWE creative Triple H has been making drastic changes to WWE programming. From major returns such as Karrion Kross and Braun Strowman to freedom with promos and matches. This is a new era and it's one that's going to embrace hardcore wrestling fans. According to Brandon Thurston, WWE and Triple H will be doing more to appeal to the hardcore fan base, and this has been seen in a recent White Rabbit viral marketing campaign. I've heard Paul Levesque told people in the financial community that part of the WWE's new creative approach is dropping Easter eggs that appeal to hardcores. White Rabbit playing off air during events, which some think tease the return of Bray Wyatt, seems like an example. This is an exciting move from the game, and it makes sense to do certain things to appeal to the die-hard fan base. The White Rabbit teases have certainly caused a lot of discourse on social media, and this is exactly the response Triple H would be looking for. Next up, Brock Lesnar drastically changes his look. Brock Lesnar is currently on a WWE hiatus, and during his time away from the squared circle, the former champion has shaved his trademark beard off. An image of Lesnar surfaced on Twitter this weekend, and Lesnar said goodbye to his rather iconic cowboy appearance. It's unknown when Lesnar will return to WWE, as he's still very much under contract, so an appearance at a show such as Crown Jewel or Survivor Series isn't out of the question. Next up, a first in WWE history. A current WWE star, Miles Bourne, has appeared several times on NXT Level Up, but this week it was revealed that Bourne is actually deaf. Bourne was born with a condition called persistent pulmonary hypertension of the newborn, and this is a condition where blood doesn't flow to the lungs. Thankfully it is treatable, but the treatment has resulted in Bourne being deaf. This is a huge game changer and helps represent a widely underrepresented group in the world of pro wrestling. Bourne can be predominantly found on NXT Level Up on the WWE Network, but Bourne will likely be a regular feature on regular NXT show before fans know it. It kinda looks like Randy Orton, doesn't he? Next up, MJF hanging out with Liv Morgan. Our two top stars in their respective companies were hanging out yesterday, as MJF and Liv Morgan both took to Twitter to share a photo of the two hanging out. MJF would caption the photo, "Watch me," which happens to be the catchphrase of the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion. It's unknown in what capacity the two were hanging out in, or they just happened to cross paths at a mutual social event. Next up, Raven to be inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame. Raven has found success in every company he's been with. From WCW to ECW to WWE to Impact Wrestling, Raven is widely regarded as one of the smartest talents in wrestling, and Raven is finally going to get the recognition he deserves. This week it was announced that Raven will be inducted into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame this year, joining legends such as Kurt Angle, Abyss, and Sting. Raven previously competed in the promotion from 2003 to 2010 and has made several sporadic appearances since. Raven would win the NWA World title under the TNA umbrella, and it's known for introducing the Clockwork Orange House of Fun match into the company, as well as competing in the first ever Monsters Ball match. Next up, Roman Reigns addresses criticism. When the match between undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Logan Paul was made official for Crown Jewel, there was criticism directed toward WWE. This criticism came from fans who questioned why Logan was suddenly #1 contender for the top prize in WWE, and why he was being favoured over full-time members of the WWE roster. Reigns would address these criticisms during an interview with the Seconds Out host Radio Rahim, as Reigns stated, "Be so good that nobody can take your spot. I don't care who they bring in, you can bring in anyone, and they ain't gonna take the tribal chief spot." Whilst Reigns' point is valid in the sense that he doesn't have to worry about his spot, there will no doubt be some WWE talent who feel like Logan coming in and immediately being in the main event position after just 3 matches is very unfair. Do you think the criticism is valid? Would you believe WWE is simply doing what's best for business? And finally, Bobby Fish not returning to WWE. Our final story takes a look at the news that WWE star Bobby Fish won't be returning to WWE. Since leaving AEW, Fish has made a number of public comments in relation to his love and admiration for Triple H, and that he would even state that he would go to war for him. This led to rumours that Fish would be WWE bound with immediate effect, but he has instead opted to sign for Impact Wrestling. Now this is an interesting move, as it's unclear if WWE didn't want to rehire Fish, or Fish believed that Impact would be a better fit for him at this stage in his career. It's hard to work out where exactly Fish would fit on the WWE roster, as the roster is absolutely stacked full of insanely gifted talent, so the move to sign with Impact seems like maybe a wise one. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumours you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.